Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here at this video. Another one. We can also be found on our Facebook page, Van Waters Labs. We got videos there. Most of our videos are going to be found on YouTube, Van Waters Labs as well, Labradors. And so if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. And share this video. So I'm here with Luke, yellow lab. He's 8 months old, and we're going to go through some of his training. And now what we're trying to do with him is we're trying to move him to an off-leash situation, okay? So you're seeing this with no preparation into the off-leash situation, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the commands. I'm going to show you how I start off-leash situations and how I start off-leash training, and kind of let you guys see that, okay? So 8-month-old dog. He's basically in my intermediate 1 program / intermediate 2, and we're going to try to get him into where we start getting to the advanced stuff, okay? So basically on the off-leash situation, okay? So for starters, he just came out of the crate, so I'm backing up, letting you kind of understand what we've done so far. Got him out of the crate, and he's gone potty a little bit. And we'll see what the rest upholds. But if he's got to go to the bathroom or something like that, I'll just let him go. Anyway, we're just going to work in here. We're back in the training room. We're underneath a winter storm warning. It's not really bad right now, but it sounds like it's going to get worse. But we'll just keep going, and hopefully we don't lose electricity. If we do, we'll have to fire up the generators. So anyway, here we go. So when I first start, obviously he's trained on the leash, okay, and the prong collar. All right, so we first start like he should be. Let me back this out a little bit more. Aha. All right, and you'll notice, at least most of the time, when I stop walking, that's what I want right there. I shouldn't have to say nothing, and he will automatically sit. Okay? Automatically sit. Now, that's not guaranteed every time, but that's what we're looking for, okay? And we will encourage that type of behavior as we go along here, okay? Whoa. There we go. So see how he hears that word whoa. I mean, I can't tell you guys how it's such a wonderful word. When you integrate that into their training and they learn to hear that word whoa, they know what's about to happen, okay? And it really prepares them mentally, whoa, that you're slowing down. Sit. Good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move in slow motion, okay? Because remember how we always say this. We show them what we want, okay? Show them what we want. Put the command in there and then praise them, okay? Or give them a reward. So we're going to show them what we want. Heel. Okay. Whoa. Sit. Okay. Now, what we're doing, to you that are watching this video, you may say, well, that looks like you just did the exact same thing. I did. However, I'm using less correction here. Okay? There's less correction. Heel. All right. See how he's getting ahead of me? I'm just going to pull him back a little bit. There you go. I got to turn. I got to turn. And you went to stretch. Okay? We got a little distraction from on the right. There's a dog that he can see. Okay? Just a little correction here and there. He needs to learn to back up just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. Just to perfect him a little bit more. Whoa. Sit. Okay? Because my hand was in the same position right here, the collar automatically corrected him. Okay? So I want him to get, this is not rocket science, okay? It's very simple how to get your dog off leash. It's basically heel. You're using commands now versus doing the on leash situation, okay? On leash situation, you're using commands and not using the leash near as much. See how he's getting ahead of me? I'm just gonna pull him back a little bit. Heel. There we go. Heel, right there. Good boy, good boy. Let him know that's exactly where I want him. Okay? Whoa. Sit. Okay? I did nothing with the leash that time. Absolutely nothing. Okay? He knows the commands after being on leash so much. He's learned what the words are. So he knows by when I say it, okay? He knows that, all right? Now, he's an older dog, so he should. He better at this rate. At being 8 months old, he better know the commands by doing this more than 1,000 times a piece by the long stretch, he should understand and know what this is, okay? Heel. Now see how he's getting ahead of me there? I don't want, all right, there he goes. He looks back and says, wait a minute, I did something wrong. He looked back at me and said, where you at, where you at? I said, well, you're too far ahead of me, heel. Just a gentle tug. Not even a tug, just a gentle, you know, just to apply that pressure. See how he backs up? Okay, because he knows that he's going too fast for me. Whoa. Sit, there you go. There you go. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. You got a goober in your eye. There you go. I'll take care of that. There you go. Good boy. That's a good boy. And I take time to praise him. There you go. There's a lick. There's a lick right there. See that? See how he licked his lips? He's saying, hey, you've done enough praising. Okay? And we've gone over that in the video before. You can praise them, but once they lick their lips, you need to stop. Okay? All right, let's do it again. Here we go. Heel. And I apologize for the turning because we're in this room back here. It's not that wide. So it's just a nice room that gives me the abilities to train back here and stay in the warmth, not have to walk out in the cold and train in the cold. Yeah, that a boy. That a boy. Good boy. Good boy. Down. Hey, good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot right on that leash there. So if he gets up, it's just going to check him there, okay? What that allows me to do is I stand up, away, get from him. I immediately slide that underneath my foot. So if he does get up, I don't have to reach back underneath real fast. And it becomes like just a real quick, you know, juggling motion, so to speak, to try to correct him. Where if I quickly, as soon as I get him in down position, I rotate that leash right underneath my foot so that I can quickly correct him. Okay, if he would decide to get up, okay? Now I can do stay. Luke, stay. Okay, and again, he's there. He's in the down position. We tell him to stay, okay? We sit. Sit. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. And the only thing I do, when you got your dog initially in the down position like that, and you wanted to bring him back up into a sit position, all you do is you take your treat. When they're down like that, you bring it back up, and then they'll learn to sit again, okay? And then once they learn that little trick, then it's basically, they learn real quick. After repetitiveness, they'll learn what you're trying to do there, okay? Very simple there, okay? Then the stay would be straight up. You just tell them stay, okay? Straight up, stay, and just applying that pressure, stay. Watch their body language, okay? If he puts his head down, he's going to step out of that, okay? I'm not worried about the yawn, but you got to watch those head turns. If they turn back that way, he's going to step out. Watch his head. See how he's going down? Watch what he does. Stay. Stay. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can get back a little further. There we go. Now, let's watch that body language. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Stay. We're watching that body language. Now see how he turned his neck? Stay. He's trying to see. Do I really mean stay? Do you really mean stay? Yes, I do. Stay. Okay, now watch it. Look how he's going to go down. See his head? He wants to go down. I must take that opportunity to step back in. Stay. Reinforce that command. Okay? This apparatus, this leash, the collar, it's not meant to correct. It's to enforce. Okay? Some people get confused by when I say that. Like, what do you mean to correct or to enforce? What's the difference? Well, to correct him means he gets out of the stay position. I jump in real quick like he's about to do. Okay? I jump in real quick and he steps out of it, and then I use this to correct him. Okay? But rather, I would not give him the opportunity, okay, to make that mistake, and I would enforce the stay. So I come in and say, hey, I said stay. That's what I'm saying. I'm enforcing that law. Okay? Right? Enforcing the law. The law is to stay. The law is 35 miles an hour. If you go 40, they're going to enforce the 35 mile an hour law. That's what we're doing, okay? The correction comes by you getting a ticket, okay? The correction comes where if he would get out of that, the consequence is that I would put him back in it. That's the correction, is that he would get out of the stay. The correction would come is you're getting back into the stay, and you're going to stay in the stay. That would be the correction, okay? So stay there, okay? Then just say come, Good boy. Good boy. All right, now, let me back out this again now that we're moving. Walk with me now. There you go, heel. This is the tight area. It's a very tight area. I like to keep them back a little bit, so I put a little pressure on them. Little pressure, little pressure. This gets open down here. Heel. Heel. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. Now, I verbalize. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but I talk to my dogs, sit, like they're humans. So, like you'll see, like what I said right there, you know, right there. It's not more of what I'm saying there. It's more my energy that he can feed off of that. I'm saying the right thing, okay? Now, I'm gonna drop the leash, heel. Whoa. Whoa, sit. Sit. Nope, okay, here you go. Good. Okay, good. All right, now, so you can see how he went with me at the lead, okay? He slowed down when I said, whoa, but the sit, he's like, what? I'm not sure on that right, 100%. Okay, so there's a couple things that could have taken place there. Either A, he doesn't know what I said, and I'm saying, which he does. He knows what sit means. Or he is challenging me to say, do you really mean what you're saying? He's 8 months old. So I'm gonna go the way where he's not a full challenge, but he's sitting there saying, do you mean what you say? Okay, all right, here we go. Now I'm gonna turn him around with the leash. Okay, I'm gonna do it real tight, like that. Whoa, sit, good, okay. Let me shut this here, stay there now. Okay, heel, 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 good boy. He's not in my hand, whoa. Sit. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy, Luke. Good boy. Good boy. Stay. Okay, now see how he wanted to walk with me? Stay. Good, good. Now, if you noticed, I said stay. I didn't move much. I just moved my feet. Okay? Stay. Okay, good boy. There you go. See, I'm showing him what I want him to do. Okay, now he's moving. He's going to, if I don't watch, he's going to come out of this. Let me slide this out of there. Stay. Okay. I'm showing him what I want. Stay. Okay, good. Now he's sit back. He's relaxing. Stay. Good. Go back a little more. Stay. See how he come at me a little bit? Okay, stay. It's very subtle. Stay. Very subtle. You're showing them what you want them to do and praise them. Good boy. Good boy. He's like, hey, I'm not sure what I'm doing. You're telling me to stay. I'm getting praise. I'll just stay like this and keep doing it. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we got to enforce it. Here's the correction. Put him right back in it. Okay. Put him right back in it. Now stay. Okay. You notice I didn't say anything else. I didn't tell him to sit or anything like that, okay? I just put him right back in it and said stay. That's it, all right? There's your correction. Now I have corrected him. So I've enforced the stay, okay? I've corrected him by putting him back in the position when he broke the law, okay? He was caught speeding. I wrote him a ticket for the violation. That's a horrible, horrible analogy, but it works, okay? Anyway, so we're doing stay, right? Stay. Okay, now off leash. Come. There we go. Okay, so say I'm done with my training. Okay, you get in the house, you need him to go somewhere. Okay, now it's time to go in the crate. Okay, again, we're doing this off leash. Luke, Luke, inside. There we go. Shut the crate. Okay, now he knows he's got his collar on. He knows he's going to be coming right back out because he never goes in there with the collar on. So I'm just doing this for training purposes and for the video. So you continue to say the same commands, the same pressures, the same ideas, okay? But you're using more of the words. You're showing him what you want with the verbiage a lot more than you were before, because before you were using the collar and the leash as pressure. Now the pressure is coming from you, okay? So it was the collar, which will always be at this age and for quite some time yet. The collar is always going to be a backup to apply or to reinforce the pressure or to reinforce the command, okay? But as we go on here and we're starting the off-leash situation, I'm going to be now out. I'm going to be the one now enforcing the off-leash situation, okay? And I'll be doing that to let him, teach him to learn. See how he can pick up 2 tennis balls. Look at that. He's got a big old mouth. He's got 2 tennis balls in his mouth. Okay, so see him? Cracks me up. Anyway, he's got such a personality. So you just keep enforcing that rule, okay? And then you apply that pressure with your words, and then you train him in an area like this. Sorry, I just stepped on your leash. You enforce it where you've got the leash and collar still on him, okay? So you can enforce that. He just went potty. You can enforce that rule, all right, by just grabbing that leash or whatever, if you have to. You see Hoss, don't you, Luke? You can enforce that by using your words. Okay, that's your pressure. You are now the pressure, and then you can immediately grab the leash if you need to back it up, like you've seen over here, where he kind of challenged me and said, "Hey, I'm not sure, if you really mean what you say." Okay, and typically at 8 months to 10 months, males, if they haven't challenged you at a younger age, usually between 8 and 10 months is usually when they're going to start challenging you. Okay, that's just it's almost a given. If they don't challenge you by that time, they'll challenge you when they get a little older. I'm out of water right there. I was going to wash that floor down. So, okay, I'm going to stop the video here. If you guys got any questions over this, okay, about this or anything like that, please, you can reach out to me through Facebook, Messenger, or my phone number's on there. You could call me, text me, whatever, and whatnot. We're going to continue to go. Luke is available, okay? So a lot of people are asking me, why do you have all these dogs that are older? Is because we are trying to get dogs older and trained. It's less stress on the dog. It's less, there's so many stories that you hear where these 8-week-old puppies, they leave the breeder and they just go through so much and they're stressed out, right? They still are going to get stressed out, but it's going to be a lot less. As a 14-week-old, 16-week-old puppy, they're trained, or a 4-month-old dog, a 6-month, 7, 8-month-old dog, or even up to a year, they can still get stressed out, but it's in a different realm, and it's less stress. Okay, that's what we're aiming for. So, if you got any questions, that's what we do. Why we do is to teach people to train their dogs, to do our part in the community, so that you can enjoy to have a puppy, okay, at a selected age, but it has some kind of training. Any training is better than none, and that's part of the biggest problem. Is a lot of our puppies don't have any training at all. So we do socialization. Sound training is my biggest thing. I really focus on that because I don't want the dogs afraid of any noises, okay? Because that's where a lot of their fear comes from. And then the second part of their fear is the elements of their environment. Okay, that's why I tell you when you get a puppy, the first thing I say is what? Get them acclimated to their environment. Because if they have a bad experience with their environment, that's the secondary causes of fear. Okay, well, if they have a bad experience with their environment, that could be the first cause of their fear. It doesn't really, I'm not trying to put that in chronological order. I'm just stating that there's elements of fear, and a lot of it comes from noises or the environment. And so, like fireworks, okay, that's noises and the environment. So that's why it's very critical to me that they have good socialization and sound, and also their environment, okay? Then the third thing would be their command training, okay? If they have poor training, okay, here we go, poor training, they're in an atmosphere that's bad or poor, or they're in a good atmosphere that's okay, but there's another dog there that's untrained, okay? Now we have training causes a fear problem because, or the lack thereof, I should say, the lack of training causes a fear problem because the dog that's not trained, and because the people that own the dog are idiots, or they're tightwads, or they just are ignorant to the fact that they just think a dog trains itself. And pardon my, I don't know, my bluntness, I guess, but it just needs to be said, I suppose, that we got to train these dogs, okay? We've got to give them what they need, and that's a leader. okay? We love these dogs like they're family members, okay? And to many of us, they're they're more important than some of our family members, okay? So, and to me personally, I'm just going to speak my heart with everybody. These dogs are very therapeutic for me, okay? I've been through a lot in my past. They're very, very therapeutic for me. And so I love my dogs. And I had Trudy leave me not too long ago. I had Phoebe just leave over the weekend. And I've had some other puppies leave. It's hard for me when I see these puppies go because I get attached to them, very attached to him, especially Luke. I'm very attached to him. I can't tell you how many times in my mind I've thought about, I should just keep him. You know, and I think every day. This morning, I woke up at 4 o'clock and I was like, you know what? The first thing that comes to my mind is, Luke, should I keep him? What am I going to do if someone really wants him? So anyway, we want to train our dogs. Okay? You will have that bond. Probably one of the most common questions of why people don't get trained dogs or adopt trained dogs already is because they've been told that they're missing out on that 8-week-old bond. Okay? Perhaps you are, but what if you're not training your dog? What if the dog learns to fear things and now you're dealing with a dog that has all these fears and has all these problems because they're not trained and what have you, okay? When in reality, how much of a bond did you really get? Because now the puppies become too much and now the bond is broke because you don't want to spend the time that you initially had or wanted to put in the puppy. Where when the dog's already trained like this and they do retrieving, they go swimming, they're not afraid of nothing, or at least most things anyway, that actually creates the bond better and quicker and deeper because there's never been an opportunity to cause fears because we've worked through that. You're dealing with a professional that deals with this every day and works the dogs through those elements, okay, and those factors, all right? So something to think about, but that's why we do what we do, all right, to help the community out so that as a whole, as a society, communities, little here, little there, we learn to train our dogs. And that's basically what we're doing here. So we're going to start using Luke because he's on his way to off-leash situation. Excuse me, sir. You are chewing my leash. No, sir. I can't have that. Sorry. Now, see, if you notice in previous videos, I wouldn't correct that. But now that he's 8 months old, that's a no-no. Okay, you leave that alone. So we're going to start doing some off-leash training because I know we got a lot of families out there that have older dogs and are to the point where they would love to do some off-leash training where they just walk with their dog and not have to worry about having a leash like they do. I mean, by ordinances, you're going to have a leash to walk your dog. But your dog will obey you in the house and wherever you're at without having to have the leash per se, okay? But you still will because of ordinances, what have you, okay? That's what we're going for here. So we're going to teach the off-leash, and I'm going to come up with some different things to I'm trying to decide on how far and how detailed I want to be with this because I'm almost tempted to take him into a therapeutic side. What I mean by that is more like emotional support is what I'm kind of thinking. I would love to get him where he would lick me on my face for an emotional support. I would really like to train him for emotional support. I think that would be awesome. So I am thinking about doing something like that. If you know someone that's interested in an emotional support dog and you need one, he would be a great candidate for that. And potentially we can get him into something like that. He would also be a good alert dog. I just thought of that too as I was thinking about this. It wouldn't take nothing to put him into an alert program. Would be fabulous. And for those that are looking for an alert program for like if you're diabetic and you need an alert dog, Mr. Luke would be a perfect candidate for that. And I do know a trainer that would accommodate that as well, because that's out of my, what do I want to say? That's out of my quiver. Okay, I'll just put it that way. Not saying I would not like to do that. I would love to do it, but just not in the quiver as of now. All right, it's out of my jurisdiction. I'm not certified to do it. Basically, what it boils down to. Okay. I think that covers everything. So stick with this. We're going to have some more videos coming with off-leash training with Luke. I just got to decide on what angle I want to take him. He's too passionate. He's too chill to make him a hunting dog. I really don't want to see him going to be into a hunting situation. You got to chew your food, son. Don't swallow it. Okay, you're not a vacuum cleaner. You got to chew that stuff. And I think that's what the angles I want to go. I think I want to stay away from, even though he loves the gunfire doesn't bother him. Even though sounds don't bother him. He's going potty again. You're gonna I got a whole lot of cleaning to do because of you, mister. So he's too smart and too elegant of a dog just to run him in the field for birds. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody when I say that, but he just, let me say it this way. He has the qualities that would make a phenomenal therapy dog. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyhow, catch us on the next one. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for a lot of videos of Luke. I mean, a lot of videos, because we're going to, like I said, start doing more intel training on him, in-depth training. I've also got some other puppies that are going to be coming behind him. We're going to start, let's see here. The next day or two, we're going to start Henry. I've already started him, but we're going to have some more videos of Henry. And I've got Dallas that we're going to start going on command training. And there's a couple others. So stick with us and you'll see them all coming right at you.